Hello, Professor. I'm Muskan Mehta, and this is the weekly development progress status report of our project, which is Ontario Research Fund, which is submitted by Group 3. The group members are me, Akashdeep, and Yuan. The table of contents in this presentation is description of client and project status, timeline, project phases, new opportunities and challenges. Talking about our client, Ontario Research Fund, it provides funding to research institutions to support the operational costs of major projects which have the potential to provide strategic value to the province. It supports new, leading edge, transformative, and internationally significant research. The funds provided by ORF covers up to one-third of the total value of the project, while the remaining two-thirds are covered from private sector and institutional contributions. Now, talking about this project, we have used the data set containing information about various Ontario research fundings from 2003 to present under the different programs by the name of Research Excellence, Research Infrastructure, and Early Researcher Award. Each of the funding is listed with information about the project title, project description, the discipline of research, university or college associated, the amount of funds, and the total budget of the project. So, this data capturing Ontario Research Fund's funding since 2003 will be studied to execute predictive modeling and to predict the areas of study which are most likely to receive maximum fundings in coming years. This data is going to be useful to students in making informed decisions in choosing their area of study of research. Also, through this analysis, the government will be able to know the most crucial areas of study likely to have a positive impact on the economy for the coming years. Now, about our team, I'm the project manager, Karshdeep is the business communicator, and Yuan Sebastian is the technical consultant. Now, talking about the project status, we are on the track. The last date of last report was 16th March, and today we are presenting the next report. The project name is Ontario Research Fund, and the presentation is prepared by our team. Now, talking about the timeline, we are currently in the 4th week of March, and today we are presenting the final dashboard. We are in the middle of the testing phase. We have already completed the design and the development phase, and soon in the 1st week of April, we'll be entering our release phase. Now, talking about the phases, the first one was requirement phase, in which we gathered the data. So the original dataset was of research infrastructure program. We have attached the link to the data source over here, and this is the data dictionary of the original dataset, which is research infrastructure program. Now, talking about the data filtering part using Python, over here we have imported the necessary libraries, that is pandas, matplotlib, and numpy. Over here we have printed the first 5 columns of the original dataset to show the little summary. Then we have printed the non-empty rows by column to eliminate all the empty entries. Then we have grouped the number of projects by the OII area. Then with this command, we have checked for the duplicate entries, which are none. Then we have compared the total project cost with the amount of money funded by the Ontario Fund. Over here, we have looked for the required funds by year against the amount of funds given. Now, coming to the predictive modeling part, with this command, we have described the data. Then we have plotted the project description by the total project cost and the initial of the OII areas. Then we have plotted the total project cost against the Ontario commitment funded by the Ontario government. Now, in this pie chart, we have grouped the number of projects by the city. So, as it can be seen, the highest number of projects are from the Toronto area. Thank you so much, sir. Now, my colleague Yuan will continue with the development phase of the project.
Thank you, Muskan, for introducing my topic. So now I will explain the design phase and the development phase. So for the design phase, we have 3 main points. So the additional datasets, the cleaning of datasets, and the aggregation of datasets. So basically, in the first point, we have two more datasets with more information, with more data to be added to the final dataset. In the cleaning of datasets, we have cleaned some aspects about the datasets because some files doesn't have any information, and it's very important to clean all these different rows with wrong information. And the aggregation of datasets is finally joined all this data in just one dataset to work on it during the project. These are some screenshots about the process of cleaning, and these are the additional datasets that we have found. These are the final dataset with the original dataset and the other dataset together. So at the end, we have dropped 6 columns and we have created 9 classifications for the projects. Now the development phase. So again, we have here 3 main points: the data modeling, data visualization, and predictive analysis. So basically in data modeling, we have some statistics about the data in the datasets, about all the information that we have. In data visualization, we will use line charts, heat map, pie charts, and scatter plots to show the distribution of the information and to show how the information is structured. And finally, in predictive analysis, we will use linear regression to do some forecasting about the money that Ontario will provide to these institutions or to these cities to fund their projects. So here we have some screenshots about the process that we have done in Python to show the information. So these are line charts to show the requested money by the different cities, and these are and here we have heat map to show the distribution and the relationship between the cities and the projects by area. So, and these are the first step that we have done with the linear regression to show the forecasting in between the number of projects by area and the amount of money given to that projects. Finally, the final objective for this project is just to show the information. So these are some prototypes of dashboards to show the information. Now I will show some codes from Python working. So at the beginning we have this one with these libraries, matplotlib and datetime, to handle the data and to show some charts. So this first chart will see a line chart with the years of the information, and just about Waterloo, because Waterloo is one of the main cities in this project. So this is basically a line chart with information from 2004 until 2022 with the money requested by Waterloo to Ontario government. Here we have another chart with the data. So when we execute this one, we can see the information for Waterloo, Toronto, Ottawa, and the main cities. And this again are the money requested by the cities to Ontario. Here we have again the money that have given Ontario to the cities. So when we execute this one, we get this line chart, and this one basically is a heat map to see the relationship between the projects and the city. Now my partner will explain the Power BI and the dashboard part. Thank you, Akash, and continue with the topic.
Okay, thank you, Ivan, for explaining the development phase. Now coming to the dashboard part. So we have created the dashboard prototype on SharePoint, which shows the informations of the project cost data and the research data. In the second one, we have created the final dashboard prototype in Power BI. If we go to the landing page of the dashboard, so here it is. This is the landing page of dashboard, and we have the additional two dashboards naming as projects data and economical data. If we go to the projects data, so here the dashboard is showing the project summary, and here I have put the slicer in the OIA area, so we can choose any area. Like if I choose advanced health, and here in city, if I choose the city Kingston, so you can see that all the charts are changed and all the values are changed if I am putting the OIA area different and city different. Like if I change the city now, like if I am putting the city like as London, so you can see that the areas are changed and the values are changed. So now if I click the operating one, so you can see that all the areas are showing the information regarding the operating one. So if I am clicking now on the capital part, so all the tables are showing the information regarding the capital one. So here in the right side, there is a slicer for the dates of the project, so we can choose any of the project of any date. So now coming to the economical data. So here four charts showing the information about costs and funding of the Ontario Research Fund. The first chart is showing the Ontario funding by city. The second one is GeoMap, like city and expenditure type. The third one is Ontario commitment and total project costs by date. And the fourth one is total project costs by area of investigation. So now in the upper one, if I change the area, like sorry, if I change the year, like if I am taking the 2005, and now if in the city I am taking the city as London, so you can see that all the four charts are changed. Like in the first one, we can see that there is a change like of 8.8 million, and the all charts are changed regarding to the year and the city. Now if I am taking the year as 2008 and city as Kingston, so you can see that the changes are much better as compared to the previous one. So now coming back to the landing page of the dashboard. So this is the landing page of the dashboard. Now if we come to the presentation part, now team meetings. So that talking about team meetings, the first one was project meeting between four of us, which was on the 16th March. The meeting was online. Agenda was discussion about status and progress of project, and the additional discussion was final dashboard and project closeout. And so result was client shared feedback. If we talk about the second project team meeting, it was between three of us, and the medium was conference call. Agenda was discussion about project results and final closeout. And the additional discussion was talking about the project closeout. As a result, the strategy regarding project closeout discussed. Now, talking about project costs, so these two charts are showing the difference between overall budget versus actual cost, and the second chart is showing the comparison of budgeted and actual hours. New opportunities. The additional research may be done to add to the results of the predictive modeling to increase the scope of project objective. And the second one is the findings may be incorporated in well-presented report to elaborate the project areas most likely to increase job opportunities and contribute maximum to the economy. Challenges. The challenge is finding additional research data to back up and complement the results of the predictive analysis. And the proposed solution is the archives and the open data resources related to Ontario research funds will be explored to get useful information. Thank you so much, sir.